did get an update actually about Jaden Ivey. I'm sure you saw it as well. So he's back to basketball activities, which is a really good sign. And it will be reevaluated in 2 weeks. So where are you at on Jaden Ivey? And do you think that if there is a possibility for him to come back, should the Pistons, try to get him maybe a good 10, 15 minutes a game if he is 100% healthy?
Yeah, so that update came out on Thursday, which means that we'll be getting another update on April 24th. So, hypothetically speaking, that's probably going to be sometime in between game 3 and game 4, maybe the game 4 day. And I mean, I'm pretty optimistic about it because I feel like if he wasn't close, they would just rule him out for the season, right? Like, if there was no chance of this happening, I feel like they'd just be cautionary about it and rule him out for the year. That's what they do with players if they don't think they're going to make it back in time. They just rule them out for the season and let him get healthy. So I would love for him to be able to get back. And I have no question in my mind that if they do bring him back, he'll be athletically ready. I know for a fact they won't rush him back. I made a video about it myself, and I saw a lot of the comments saying, "Oh, well, they shouldn't bring him back unless he's 100%." And it's like, this is a professional organization, and they know what they have with Jaden Ivey. He's a young player. They're not going to risk his future to rush him back. So if they do have these thoughts of him returning to basketball activity and he's actually doing that, sure, he probably actually is pretty dang close. And if he is, of course, you don't need to chuck him back into the starting lineup and say, here's your 36 minutes a night back, go crazy and, jeopardize everything that has kind of came together since he has went down. But I mean, put him out there for 10 minutes. And if it's clicking and if it's working and all the things that make Jaden Ivey a special player are back on the menu, leave him out there. Let those minutes just kind of dictate themselves. If they're going well, great. If they're not, no harm, no foul. Pull him back out, give Dennis whatever he's getting again, and you just move forward. So I think it's a great sign going forward as well. I feel like if any sort of complications were going to happen with the injury, they would have already happened. So it seems like he's 99% of the way there. I mean, as far as actually healing up, and of course, he's got to recondition now, but I think it's a great sign going forward for next year, if nothing.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, like if there was no shot of him coming back, they would have shut him down. They probably would have applied for the disabled veterans money that could have helped them, sign someone in his absence. But I've been following his progression. I'm sure you have as well. Like walking in a walking boot, putting weight on that foot, on that leg that he broke, his left leg. During running with him, up and down the line, taking standstill jumpers while the Pistons were on their road trip a couple of weeks ago. And now he's participating in shoot arounds, before the games. So, if there's any player that could possibly come back, I think it's Jaden Ivey, given just the work ethic and the workhorse that he is. I mean, when Trajan first got here, he said we almost have to lock the gym to keep him out because that's how hard this kid works. So I know he's kicking Rehab's ass, but kind of doing the math, like game 3, game 4, that you could get another update. I do think if he does come back, it'll be in a minute restriction just to see if he's good. Like if he's a good 70% healthy and he plays 10 minutes a night, I think that's something. But I could understand the other fans in the fan base kind of saying like, hey, we don't want to rush you back. We don't want you to get hurt even worse after breaking that leg. We want you to come back next season 100% and just firing off on all cylinders. And I get that, but it would not surprise me if he did come back. And if they win a first round series, I think I would feel a little bit more confident because like I think an estimation would probably be like May 1st, where I think he could possibly just, beat 100% and, maybe come off the bench and just kind of work his way back into the rotation. But I think those are a lot of ifs and there's a lot of variables with that. But it's good to see that the Pistons are still kind of leaving it open as a possibility that he could return.
Yeah, 100%. And, at the end of the day, these doctors, I trust the medical staff, and I know they'll probably do what's best for him. And trust JB to make the right call as well on potentially trying to ease him back into the lineup and all of that. But at the end of the day, I think that it was a really scary situation when it happened. I mean, a lot of thoughts ran through my head, of course, and very worst case scenario, we'll see him back and should be 110% by the time next season rolls around. And I know maybe some people don't feel as highly as I do on Ivy, and I see him as a core piece. And going forward, I think that he is the right fit with Cade Cunningham. And I think that by the time next year rolls around, he should be good to go. And just really looking forward to see what he'll do next season, expanding on all the improvements he made this year. I felt like last year for him was kind of a bit of a wasted year with just everything that happened with Monty and the team and all of that type of stuff. So to see him even ball out for 30 games this year was very encouraging. And I mean, I guess it could have been worse. I'm just happy that he seems to be back to basketball activities. And I mean, if we're looking next year by November, he should be totally fine, which is ultimately what I hoped for. You know, I didn't really have any expectations for him to come back at all this year. So in a good spot.
Yeah, like I said, if he comes back, cool. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Not too mad at it. Just me being selfish, I kind of want to see like how the rotations would look with Dennis and Cade and Ivy, because it's like maybe you don't have to play Ivy 35 minutes a game. Maybe you could only play him like 28 because you still have Dennis out there leading the second unit. You wouldn't have to rely on him to play as many minutes. But that's just the selfishness in me as a fan, just being curious to see what a rotation would look like with Ivy out there.
Yeah, and Dennis has been so good too. I mean, I thought he was going to kind of be a Band-Aid, short-term Band-Aid for us, and I wasn't really sure how it would go. But, I mean, Dennis has exceeded my expectations entirely. I think that it's really interesting how much JB really relies on him and trusts on him to close games. I thought that when we signed him, he was going to be more there to be a second unit leader, but he has found himself being a game closer next to Cade in most of our important games and close games throughout the past month or two. So that's kind of a surprise to me. And I guess the more I thought about it, it made sense, right? I mean, I trust him in the playoffs as well. Watching him in FIBA play with Team Germany, I mean, the dude's a killer. He's got that killer instinct when games come to push to shove and the game's on the line. He's not scared, and he is willing to take big shots and make big plays. So just adding another veteran into the locker room has helped so much, and he's been so good. I mean, I feel like it's almost slept on, but he's been so good. It's crazy. And we got him for like nothing.